Hi, I'm Sean from Let's Get Running, and I'm here to talk to you about how you can improve your run, how you can get faster if you've reached a plateau or you're struggling to get those improvements you're really after. So this video is aimed at people who maybe run a few 10Ks, perhaps some 5Ks, some half marathons, and maybe reached a plateau they want to push on a bit further. So my first piece of advice, it's probably quite a challenging piece of advice to follow, is to reduce your dependency on numbers. So everybody's got mileage targets, or they've got a Strava account where they're looking to reach a yearly total, or they're looking for pace markers or pace totals or pace guides. It's great in certain circumstances, but really you're not thinking about what you're actually supposed to be doing. We're looking to train our bodies to run faster. We're not training our bodies to run a 7-minute mile. So I'm going to look at a few areas of your body you can focus on and some training types you can use to specifically worry about why you're training, what you're doing to your body to make you run faster. Broadly speaking, there are 5 physiological areas that we should try and focus on or train in the course of our training routine or our regime. And starting with the first one, that's to build a stronger body. And that's achieved by a good routine of aerobic paced running. So that's probably what you guys are already doing now. That's running at a pace where you can maintain conversation with a partner, and it should be up to 50% or minimum 50% of your regular weekly routine. And what that's going to do is can improve strengthening your joints and tendons, but improve your aerobic base, can improve your ability to take on and use oxygen effectively. It's really important going forward to continue to do that. Second area is to build a powerful heart, to get that oxygenated blood pumping around the body. And how are we going to do that? In your training, we need to spend some time running at a pace of controlled discomfort. That's, I'd say, in terms of effort, about 7 out of 10. It's a pace where you're starting to breathe a bit harder, but if you're running with a partner, you could still say a sentence or two in conversation, but no more. Now, what your body's doing is your body's sending signals that to sustain that pace, your heart's got to work harder to get oxygenated blood pumping around the body. Okay. In practice, what does that look like? So if you were just starting out with this type of training, I'd maybe have a long interval session, maybe 3 times 8 minutes with a 3-minute jog in between, and look to progress that, so reducing that rest in between and the overall time running to a goal around 30 to 35 minutes running at that pace. Sustained, challenging pace running, really important to build that strong heart. I would say you need to include this type of training probably once a fortnight, maybe even once a week to improve your running. Our third area is to build a big, powerful set of lungs. How are we going to do that? We're going to spend some time increasing our maximum comfortable range of breathing. Easiest way to do it is through a series of intervals. So I would run, perhaps when you're starting out doing something like this, a series of 2-minute intervals with a recovery to run ratio, so that's the rest between each of those intervals, of 1-to-1. So it's 2 minutes running, 2 minutes rest, and a total duration of running of about 16 minutes. You're aiming to run at a pace, it's not flat out, it's not sprinting, your breathing should be deep and rhythmical without becoming strained, so not you're going too far. Now, how often would I do this? I'd probably include at least once a fortnight a session like this. And if you're looking to progress that session, the 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off, I would either increase the length of each interval, I'd decrease the rest as a proportion of run time, or I'd increase the total overall volume of running in the session. But always do that one at a time. Don't do all those variables at once to improve that session. Our fourth area is a bit of an abstract one, but it's blood. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, I think everybody should include some faster running in their schedule, and what that will do, not only will it improve your basic speed, but it will improve your ability both to produce energy without oxygen, but also to tolerate the byproducts, to tolerate lactic acid in your body. Now, the more lactic acid you can handle, at every run you do, you are producing energy, a little bit aerobic, a little bit anaerobic. It's never exclusively one or the other method. So the more you can handle those byproducts, the faster you can run. Now, how would I go about doing this? Again, it's an interval session. Probably intervals are only up to about a minute in duration, with, I'd say, 3 times the length of run time as a recovery. So 1 minute on, you take 3 minutes off. You could also do a great hill session, so running up the hills, jogging back down. Another great way of putting a bit of lactic acid in the legs and seeing how you cope with that. You don't need a lot of total duration of running time. Probably up to about 10 minutes might be enough for you, even when you're running really fast times. Number 5, again, it's a bit of a strange one. It's your brain. So we're looking at how your brain communicates with your muscles and how efficiently that process happens. Now, there's 3 ways you can improve that. Sprints or strides, through drills, or through strength and conditioning exercises. Now, the easiest one is probably to take on some sprints or some strides, probably even once a week. Now, they're a really, really great way of improving strength and power. We've got a separate video that you can look at about strides. They're essentially short, fast, relaxed sprints. Find a nice park to go in and just 5 or 6 nice 100 meters, nice relaxed strides, no tension in your muscles when you're doing those. That's really good for improving both your technique but also your ability for your brain to fire effectively. Those are the 5 areas. If you do a little bit of training all of those, you wouldn't do each of those every week. Probably at least you're getting some strong aerobic running, hopefully a heart session once a week, maybe a lung session once every fortnight, some sprints at some point once every fortnight, perhaps once every month, and some brain training I reckon once a week. If you're covering those areas, you're going to become a better, more rounded runner. Any problem with this, just check out our training club. You can join for access to lots of different training plans. You can look below in our links or in our bio. But happy running.